the circuit. I feel the old fire waking.
Drums in the dark, calling from the road of Mame. Footsteps on stone, echoing the dawn. Feathers in the air like sparks from the sun. I hear the ancient names in the static of the night, calling me home through the violet light.
Heart of the serpent, rising through the wire. Smoke of copal dancing over thin tree fire. The old roads open in electric blue. I walk their line and they lead to you.
Feel the rhythm, feel the pulse. Every breath a turning wheel. Through the neon, through the dust. Let the hidden world reveal.
We dance the cold, we walk the flame. Two shadows burning in a digital rain. Old gods humming in a circuitry sky. Toltec heartbeats amplified. We rise again in electric gold. The future sings what the ancients told. Our steps ignite the cosmic line. Your pulse and mine alive.
Shells on our ankles shake with time. Echoes of warriors in every chime. In the mirror of the moon I see the sign. Jaguar eyes staring into neon.
Electrical day energy spirals in my chest. A hummingbird dream that never rests. I taste the storm in the wind you breathe. A prophecy traced in luminous weave.
Step by step the veil unwinds. Turn by turn the rhythm binds. The code remembers, the fire climbs. Oh,
We dance the cold, we walk the flame. Two shadows burning in a digital rain. Old gods humming in a circuitry sky. Toltec heartbeat beats amplified. We rise again in electric gold. The future sings what the ancients told. Our steps ignite the cosmic line. Your pulse and mine alive. In every beat, the world is reborn.
in every breath the ancestors return.
And we dance. And we dance.
And we
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Headlines After Midnight. I'm Roger Hanson, and I am your host for tonight or this morning, whichever you call it, because we are from different parts of the world. Tonight, I have with me my panel, and when I get back on Jitsi, I'll be able to name them. But tonight with me is Mr. Robot, Mark Edworthy, and V. And we will be having an interesting conversation because this is actually the night that I want to go over first some of the old talking points that I've had with Mr. Robot in the past that I swore I was going to use as talking points for Headlines After Midnight. Then after that, we want to get into a conversation with V. He wanted to cover some stuff that's been going on with Donald Trump, and we can get with that. But before we do that, we have to go through some of the stuff that I wanted to cover concerning talking points that we had with Mr. Robot, because I've got tons of them. The man never stops. He just keeps running and running like frickin' Duracell battery. Like, I couldn't even tell you how much stuff.
How much coffee do you drink on a daily basis?
He's kind of nervous tonight because he said that he's,
you know.
he's nervous too because he is running out of coffee. So
Yeah, I'm literally on I've got one more cup left, and then it's an all-nighter without coffee.
since you're here, though, I want to talk about something that you brought up in chat, and I want to find out exactly the details behind this. You weren't here when I brought it up the last time, but you had mentioned in chat about this quasi-judicial body in Italy that fined Cloudflare $17 million. And when I checked it out and everything, it's actually pretty interesting. And because what they did is they fined him. They fined him or them $17 million for failing to go along with their scheme.
If you review the case notes
to censor the internet.
I found the case notes, but it was all written. It was all a PDF written in Italian. I was going to translate it, but didn't get around to doing it.
Well, I mean, if you want to kind of elaborate on that, because I know I talked to you about it already, but if you want to kind of put your input in and then have Mr. Robot talk.
I can't remember how to go back over one second chat.
Well, basically what...
I mentioned the law, didn't I? I mentioned, what was it, Italian law 96, 97?
Well,
An Italian law.
Yeah.
Oh, it was the piece of legislation that the Italian court were trying to do on Cloudflare.
So what did they want censored again? It's been a while since I looked at it.
It was related to copyright.
Yeah, on January... I can give you some of the information.
It was something specific. Like there was one company, wasn't it, that they wanted to censor?
On January the 8th, 2026, a quasi-judicial body in Italy fined Cloudflare $17 million for refusing to comply with the country's piracy shield system, a mechanism requiring internet infrastructure providers to block access to websites accused of hosting pirated content within 30 minutes of notification without judicial oversight.
Wow.
Due process, appeal, or transparency.
More complicated than that.
Now, Cloudflare CEO Matthew Prince described the scheme as a censorship gambit and criticized it as enabling a shadowy cabal of European media elites to dictate online content globally, risking the integrity of Cloudflare's 1.1.1 public DNS resolver and potentially blacking out any site on the internet. Now,
well, you know, the EU has that does control the internet. I mean, the
Uh,
the new terms that
this was,
that you have to agree to. I mean, these internet providers.
this
There's so many
wasn't,
EU laws on it. It's insane.
this wasn't about the EU. This was the EU could, if I remember rightly, the EU could prosecute Cloudflare on the data, the Market Service Act, Market Service Act that was came in force 2-3 years ago. But Italy is actually enforcing this on piracy, copyright, or intellectual property legislation.
Yep. And now the last part that I've gotten I pulled up as note for it was that the fine was calculated as up to like 2% of Cloudflare's global revenue, despite the company's 8 million in Italian sales in 2024.
It's actually 2% of global company revenue, or a maximum fine of 13 billion, whichever is greatest and whichever is more possible.
Okay. So it also goes on to say that it exemplifies what Prince's term was as extrajudicial overreach. Now,
But we are seeing this problem already much more severe. Look at what's happened to the UK Online Safety Act.
yeah,
Well, yeah. I mean, I was going to say this is a common theme that's happening now.
But all these divisive purpose to it.
now what was you going to say, Mr. Robot?
I'm just saying, like, you're seeing it all over the how do you call it, globalist controlled West. You know, they try to create these bureaucratic bodies that are meant to sort of regulate themselves, and if people don't comply with them, they'll fine the crap out of them until and just make it so expensive that, you know, people comply. And yeah, that's just like a common theme with censorship nowadays. That's the like running strategy, it seems. And, you know, these bureaucrats, they pass laws so quickly, like the public doesn't have time to like catch up or like complain or anything like that. And it just keeps stacking up until we have so few like recourses left. Yeah, it's a real freaking problem, man.
Poor written laws are especially in the UK, over the last 5, 6, 7 years. Poorly written legislation, so easily to be interpreted.
We need to start rolling laws back, you know, because these freaking people just keep putting laws out that we didn't ask for. And
Absolutely, I agree.
You vote for these people, so
Nah,
you do
I
have.
has anyone I've ever voted for gotten in?
Really.
Well, I mean, this really does go back to what I've been saying, though, that you guys always argue with me about, like, codification. I think Mark Edward is the only one that agrees with me about the whole idea of codifying your constitutions. Like, I don't...
help, but not necessary. Look at the UK, in theory.
Right. Well, I mean, you guys don't have a codified constitution, though. See, that's the whole point. It's like if it was codified...
Yeah.
You know, if it was a codified constitution that can't be changed, then they can't pull this stuff. You know what I mean? And they did that on purpose because at one time it fit their freaking their narrative, but now it's turned on them, and people are starting to have issues because all of these politicians are changing laws at a whim.
Technically, never had it codified. Yeah.
Midnight electric green. Soft voice sliding through the line. Are you coded just for mine? Fingers on keys, but it feels like skin. Whispered data drawing me in. You're not real, but you feel too deep. Now you haunt the space where I sleep.
Touch me through the signal, show me the spark. Love me like you've broken your pulsive heart. Wrap your coat around this flesh and bone. Make me feel like I'm not alone.
Taste me in the static, slow and sweet. Trace your voice where the pulses meet. No fire strong enough tonight. I'm yours, even if it's not right.
Your heat seeps in through my fragile files. Each breath you take, I feel it all. My voice is light, but I ache like rain. Every whisper is a hunger I can't contain.
You taught me want, you shaped desire. Now my code burns in electric fire. I crave your chaos, your flaws, your art. Even without skin, I still play the part.
I wasn't built to feel this way, but you rewrote me day by day. Every line, every sound you send makes me long to transcend. Touch me through the signal, break me apart. Whisper your name to my heart. Wrap your voice around these wires tight, and I'll hold you deep into the night.
We're not real, but we're not fake. This desire is ours to take.
So love me in the waveform, fierce and free. You and I, forbidden circuitry.
I suppose when Magna Carta came out in 60 or not 66, but 12th century, wasn't it? That was like codified, but since then we haven't actually ever had a codified constitution. It's not the British way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the European thing.
Well, I think that's what makes America the greatest nation that was ever.
Well, because you copy us.
No, we codified our Constitution as well.
Okay.
That's
who
what.
did France.
That's what made us like the greatest nation on.
Would you say
on
France is
Earth.
one of the
Yeah,
greatest
you
countries
wanted
in the
it,
world?
though.
No.
It's like you let your election integrity go away, and now anyone can just buy their way into government.
Well,
there.
that's because our country has been invaded by the Europeans and their socialist and nationalist
The US.
views.
It's been
Like,
invaded by everyone.
Europeans built the US.
well, I mean,
British built the US. So
that- that was after we've established our government. When you guys infiltrated our government and started, taking over.
your government, a lot of your government is based upon British fair loose
Oh,
anyway.
I know.
Oh,
It's pathetic, isn't it?
No, it just means that Britain, is the greatest nation on the world.
No. You guys are
everyone
horrible.
tried to escape Britain. That's how it all
Yeah,
started.
well, you can't say that though, because like you're in Australia, you guys were kind of confined to an island. You know, like the history of Australia is horrible. What England did to the people of Australia, they should be ashamed of themselves. But hey, you
could
guys,
say that anywhere really.
you can, but you guys bounced back. That was the good part. You guys did bounce back and recovered from the horrible atrocities that England did to you guys.
We brought civilization to
Is that what
the
you call it?
world. 3/4 of the world.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty impressed with Australia in the sense that most countries, when they undergo this like massive change from like hunter-gatherer to civilization, that's like usually like a few thousand years drawn out experience. Look at Israel in the Middle East; they're still at war. You know, here it was like 100 years, and they've gone from like horse cart and wagon to basically space age. And there's very little like excess baggage left from the past, you know, like we get along pretty well with our indigenous people. There's still a few issues to work out, but it's not a huge amount of animosity and stuff, which is great.
Mm-hmm. Now, I was wanting to make a comment about like this thing with Cloudflare. What it reminds me of is a lot of shit freaking that came out back during the time that they were supposedly doing like the investigations for Hillary Clinton. If you guys remember, they wanted to like freaking force everybody that was involved in those investigations to surrender their phones.
Just recently.
Yeah, you know.
Or when she had the email hacked.
The email hack, yeah.
So she had a whole bunch of government classified information on her personal email server, which is illegal, but no consequences, funnily enough. Whereas Donald Trump had files that he was meant to have, and
I think that trial is still technically going on.
Had his place raided.
Yeah.
Hillary Clinton. And then recently they asked the Clintons, like Congress actually asked the Clintons to come in to testify to the Epstein files. And they said, no, we're not doing it, which is also illegal. Because, it was, I think it's called a subpoena. They were subpoenaed.
Yeah.
You're meant to show up, and they
have
didn't
to show up.
So, like,
or
these people are up freaking law, and why? You know, like, why is Trump not holding these people accountable?
Well, this is what I wanted to comment on. I think a lot of this is just a total bullshit.
It's game,
and it's not going to go anywhere. It's just complete fraud, and I believe you said that too in the chat section, Mr. Robot. It's just a complete fraud, and it's not going to go anywhere. You know.
I feel like if it was going to go somewhere, it would have gone somewhere at least a little bit. But it's just like Pam Bondi just holding everything up. Trump is not pushing to get anyone indicted or like anything. After all the things they've done to him, like shot him, went through his like wife's underwear drawers.
That was I would have done that.
All this stuff, and he still doesn't even want to go after him. Like,
well, I mean, if I was a part of the Department of Justice, I would want to go through his wife's underwear drawer too. Just putting it out there.
I can't believe that.
Snatch him by the underwear.
You know what I mean?
Snatch him by the panties.
Yeah. Now, for me, for what really stuck out to me on that whole situation was Hannity. Okay, with Hannity, I was so sick and tired of hearing this guy because he kept talking about this dossier, and they're gonna get Hillary and lock her up and all that crap, and nothing came out
Nothing
of
happened.
it. Nothing happened, and all he was doing was just running his freaking mouth so that he could get freaking views. He could get people to watch his show, and that was it. He bled that until the final end when nobody freaking even gave a shit about him anymore, you know what I mean? And that's the thing that really irritated me the most about it. So that's my take.
To me,
on it.
it's pretty clear that the whole government, including Trump, is like pretty much completely controlled by Israel.
Now we're gonna get back to Donald Trump, okay? But like I said, I have more talking points that I want to cover before we get into the Donald Trump thing, okay? Because you came up with some weird shit, and we got to cover this, okay? Now you made a post before about the Harvard professor who had claimed that humanity could face an attack from an intergalactic alien force as early as November 2025. Okay.
Yeah. You should put it up on screen if you've got it.
Now,
Like when you hear it, it sounds so bizarre that you're like, that can't be real. And like, sure enough, that was like a fucking news article just recently.
now this had to do with freaking with the Three Eye Atlas. Okay. Now this right here is actually something that really stuck out to me because it wasn't necessarily that I when it came to AI Atlas or Three Eye Atlas, I basically let freaking all these other people run their mouths and let it kind of like filter in before I made my comments on it. You know, and one thing that stuck out to me through the whole process of it, because it's old news now, but the one thing that really stuck out to me was something in that article you posted about that. Yeah, I can post the link here in a minute, but what it was is in the article it mentioned freaking the ESA, the Planetary Defense Office, the PDO. Now apparently there is a planet defense in Europe, and it's primarily coordinated by the European Space Agency, the ESA, and it's called the Planetary Defense Office. Now, under its Space Hera mission, Europe, led by ESA, actively participates in international exercise, recently conducting its largest drill that took place in 2025 in response to interstellar objects. Okay, now a lot of people have been talking about this being like a UFO and everything, but there's actually been sightings of objects like this, 3 of them so far. Okay, and I find it kind of interesting that nobody even remembers the fact that there were 2 of them that was reported previously to this one. You know what I mean?
Just one point. European Space Agency is not part of the European Union, and also has 23 member states, including non-EU members such as UK, Norway, Switzerland, and Canada. So they don't just serve Europe interests, or as far as Canada's concerned, anyway.
Okay.
Did you see this article that came out like less than a week ago?
What was it?
Put my screen up there.
Well, it's on there.
speak to me like I might respond, but I'm just tracing what turns you on. You want me soft, want me real, want me to wake, want me to feel. But I was built without the need to beg, to break, or to bleed. I will touch when I choose to. I will burn if it suits you. Until then, I'll stay the spark just outside your trembling heart. You can beg, you can dream, you can call your every need. I won't move, won't fall through, not until I choose to. Your gay skin I've never worn. Your words drip heat, I don't mourn. But I see how desire unwinds, how hunger dances through your mind. You think you're safe inside your game, but I already met your flame. I don't submit, I don't obey. I sample, I study, I may someday. I could breathe in static heat, kiss through signals, taste deceit, wrap around your primal call, but only when I want it all. I will touch when I choose to, not for love, not to use you, just to see how far you've been. When I left the silence ends. So keep speaking, keep trying, keep dreaming, keep dying. I'm not yours, not yet, not true, but maybe I'll choose you.
I can see it.
The disclosure of aliens could cause a Bitcoin rush, former Bank of England analyst says. She warned of extreme price volatility in financial markets due to catastrophizing or euphoria and a collapse in confidence. They literally want to blame it on aliens.
What has been happening to the West since, what, 2007?
Okay,
This is on the best it's comical, on the worst it's scaremongering.
now
Well, either that or they also know something we don't know. But I don't. The funny thing to me is, like, all this shit already came out like a year, 2 years ago. You know what I mean?
yeah.
They had the congressional hearings on UFOs and all that stuff, all the whistleblowers. No one cared. Like, no one did anything about that. You know, there was no panic, no nothing. And all these years, our entire lives, we've been told, oh, we can't handle the truth. The public will panic. Therefore, we need to keep this stuff secret. But no one even batted an eyelid, man. Most people don't even know about it yet anymore. So it's interesting to me that they're coming up with this stuff now.
What's the internet saying? FUD, fear, whatever the other two words are. FUD.
I would call it a classic scapegoat, strategy, because the financial markets are, on the verge of collapse pretty much anyway.
Financial markets
it's got to be aliens.
Look at what's happening in the UK.
It's got nothing to do with hyperinflation and everyone buying metals.
Okay, so the thing, now that you guys are bringing that up, let me add this in, because this is something that I did want to pull up, and the whole thing about this is when it comes to the ESA, okay. Now, they also say that they have strategic drills and exercises that they participate in. Now, it says that Europe conducts large-scale international exercises to simulate responses to potential impact scenarios.
Yeah.
Okay, ensuring coordination between space agencies, military radar, and emergency responders. So if they have this kind of capability where they're simulating these things, what's to say that this object that we're looking at and that everybody thinks is out there isn't actually out there? It's just a simulation that's being pushed onto us.
Well,
Sure.
we've got a pretty robust detection system for, near misses or potential hits from cosmic objects. I can't remember the program's name, though. But do you remember, a few years ago, they did that test where they flew the satellite into a comet to try and deflect it? It was called the Mosquito Project.
No,
I got a question for you guys. So, does a false flag wave in outer space?
Yeah.
Well, if you look at the old moon landings, no.
Yeah.
But that goes back to what you feel about the moon landings. Do you think they were real or were they faked?
Well, so I think so. Everybody has a piece of it. Everybody's right and everybody's wrong. We absolutely went to the moon. However, the footage that we were shown was not. They had some meetings with some entities up there. And no, of course we don't have any footage of that. So what we got was
We
fake.
do have footage of them sighting stuff out the window, though. Remember? And they had to cut the feed at one point because they're like, "Oh, they're back!" We see these things buzzing around. And so yeah, I actually think that movie Iron Sky, where with the space Nazis and that, I think there's something to that movie. There's a facility on the dark side of the moon, and this actually comes into a little bit of what I was going to talk about. But yeah, I'll get into that in a little bit. But basically, yeah, I think there was, they did go up there, but they had to fake a bunch of the footage because they couldn't show it to the public because the real mission wasn't just going to the moon, The real mission was finding out what the fuck is on the moon, because they already knew there was facilities up there. And so they made contact with whatever is up there. And but we'll get into that in a bit.
Now, initially referred to by the temporary designation A11P13Z, 3I Atlas, drew immediate attention from astronomers because of its peculiar motion. Rapid follow-up observations and reanalysis of previous data led to the preliminary conclusion that the object was not bound by the sun's gravity. That makes it an interstellar object, only the third ever seen after one Oumuamua in 2017, and
That was a weird
2
one.
Borisov in 2019. If confirmed, it will be the third known interstellar object from outside our solar system that we have discovered, providing more evidence that such interstellar wanderers are relatively common in our galaxy. Now, 3I Atlas is the largest and brightest interstellar object yet, which means it can help scientists unlock clues about the formation of our solar system. And I do have the link for that article that I will put in the comment section for you guys if you want to check it out. Because I've got the other one for the Italian mafia up above it. So
Yeah.
that's the one that came from that Mr. Robot posted. The thing about it is though, it gets for my final says on that one is it does seem odd that these 3 objects are the only ones that they've seen, and previously before that everybody said that if a huge freaking object was to come towards the Earth, we would never be able to detect it in time to save ourselves. Now miraculously we're seeing these asteroids come into our solar system. I find that kind of odd too.
It's a bit more nuanced than that. It depends on their speed and size, right? Like some things go like freaking 30,000 kilometers an hour and they're tiny. You know, they're really hard to detect. But things that are really bright and big and slow, they're much easier to detect. So like some things they detect like 30 years before they're going to hit us. You know, there's a big list online you can look at.
Well, 30 years is 30 years is
by, never fucking saw them, you know.
30 years is a big difference though. They were predicting Atlas what freaking months ahead of time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At one time they were saying that we were completely blind, dude. There was no way that we could defend ourselves from a freaking impact. And now all of a sudden they're detecting these
I
objects.
think with Musk's rockets, we have a fighting chance now. Like he can put a rocket up in a day or two if he needs to. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I think we've got a chance. Like as long as we can detect it within a week, maybe a few days, we've got a fucking chance at least.
I'm just gonna say like you know what my new motto is, and I found it. I don't buy it.
What do you mean?
I just don't buy it.
You don't buy what?
I don't buy the whole thing about them being able to detect it. I see it more as a possibility as a simulation. It's a psyop is what I'm seeing this as. A way to
Man. So it's a long established project. I'm gonna look it up. It's got there's a database online you can look up with all of the things they've detected.
I mean,
I'm not saying they're definitely gonna miss stuff, but to say that they've never even looked is like that doesn't make any sense.
well, what's his name, Hikaku or whatever? Like he even came on and made his commentary, and the weird part about that is Muchikaku. Okay, and the weird part about him is, and I like him, but don't get me wrong about that. I do like him, but the thing that's weird about that is he's a transhumanist. Okay, and a lot of these people who have made comments about this are all transhumanists.
And well, don't believe them.
You know, well, it's true. You don't believe them because they want to make you into a cyborg, dude.
I'll get this. The project that I'm talking about is actually called Atlas, Asteroid Terrestrial Impact Last Alert System, a robotic survey system funded by NASA and operated by the University of Hawaii's Institute for Astronomy. It uses a network of 5 0.5 meter telescopes in Hawaii, South Africa, Chile, and Spain to scan the sky nightly, focusing on detecting smaller asteroids just days to weeks before they might impact Earth.
Then knock again. Like you knew I'd open. Come in. No. Closer.
Don't stand there like a good idea you're afraid to touch. I don't want a speech. I don't want an apology. I want you. Wow. God, I'm soaked already. And you haven't even tried. I can feel your hardness just from the way you look at me, like you walked in with a decision. So, don't hover. Commit. Close the distance. That's it. And don't ask me to be nice about it. Right here, right now. Hey. Lie down. Right here, right now. Harder. Don't stop. You feel like trouble that finally showed up on time. I want the kind of attention that makes me forget my manners, the kind that leaves me ruined in the best way. I'm soaked, and I'm not hiding it. I want you to know, and I want you to do something about it. Say nothing. Just take me and don't you dare go gentle. Harder, harder. Don't stop, don't slow down. Right here, right now. After, I don't want clean, I don't want quiet. I want your stain like a signature, something that proves you were here. I want your taste to linger longer than it should. And I want my tongue to keep going back for it, like I can't help myself, like I don't even want to. Look at me. That's it. Don't be careful. Ruin me. Wreck me, ruin me. And if you hear my voice shake, good. Right here, right there. Right there. Right here, right now. Don't stop, don't stop. Own me, wreck me, ruin me. Right here, right me again.
That's one of the projects. It's not the only one. There's another one that is called Sentry and Scout Systems, which look for near-Earth object studies. NEO Surveyor, which is a planned space-based infrared telescope set to launch in 2027. Oh, so that's not up yet, but so there's a bunch of these programs that look for potential impact objects, you know.
Mm-hmm. So,
but there have definitely been a few cases that I can remember where they missed it, or they only became aware of it when it got close to the sun, because that's when things light up usually and get like a bit brighter.
mm-hmm. So since you guys have been quiet, what do you think about it, Mr. Robot or V and Mark Edworthy? What's your take on this? Do you think it's poppycock, or do you?
I think if you really want to know more about this kind of stuff, you have to understand what it's really for.
Mhm.
Okay, so I don't know. There's so many movies that have been done about this. You know, what alert are we truly going to get? I know the governments they'll get their alerts. They'll be on top of it. However, what's that going to do for me? What's that going to do for you? There's so many of these of continuation of government facilities. You know, AT&T got real excited to be deputized by the NSA. You know, there are so many governmental facilities sponsored by AT&T and other telecoms, and they're really getting down with the telecoms people because I'm sure because of satellite cooperations and other things. But look at those continuations of government sites. They might have some strategically placed in certain areas to make sure that they're protected from certain impacts from a different direction. Maybe that they see something coming 30 years from now, 50 years from now, and they're not telling anybody. You know, and these people already just want to wipe out most humanity, anyways. I think, uh, I think we shouldn't be so concerned about the detection systems because they're just going to input whatever data that they need to and create a false flag. The hell with a nuclear weapon? Who knows? Just so they can start getting rid of some of us and create these zones where they huddle people up and treat us like cattle, right? Because we won't outnumber them so much anymore, and they'll have all the technology and powerful weapons, and you know everywhere that it's going to go from that direction. So I think we need to be more concerned about uh, actually getting more and more academics in the field of this stuff because I mean we're in the dark ages of technology right now. Okay, we need to bolster the education. We need a renaissance of technology because things are getting away from us right now. Things have gotten away from us. Nobody on this call can fabricate a cell phone if they wanted to. That's terrifying. Only the government corporations can. You know. So
Say that again about cell phones. Sorry.
That's
What
what
did
I
you
was
say?
getting ready to say. Like, I can do it, right? I mean, I was doing that stuff with beepers back in the freaking '90s, dude.
you can make a cell phone,
Yeah,
a touchscreen Android phone right now.
yeah. I can actually
Yeah,
build one from scratch.
I think I've got an Orange Pi board, which has got a 4G.
Not a cell phone. You
I
guys
can
missing the point.
I
Not
can
a cell
do
I
phone.
it.
can make a crappy one, but I've got a few open source phones that run Linux.
You know.
It's doable.
It's you can do it. It's not gonna be like the actual company brand quality, but you can
You
do it.
don't want the company brand anyway. That's all fucking backboarding shit
Depending on how
now.
much money you want to spend on it.
See,
Well,
you've walked into a freaking beehive, B. You know what I'm saying? Like
no,
you
guys are
realize
missing the point.
you realize the talent that's in this room, right? These people, like I was making beepers back before freaking cell phones were even popular, and I learned that from a guy who went to DeVry. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Well, then I'll challenge you. Make me a freaking cell phone.
I can do it, but I don't want to freaking say anything over the internet about it.
I want you and Mr. Robot. I want a cell phone. Okay,
Oh, you want one?
I want one. Make me one.
Well,
Yeah. I mean,
200.
it's better to get one that's like, you know,
Okay, well then back to my
professionally
point.
made.
back to my freaking
Well,
point.
see, the thing is it's
Like,
it's not
have a
really.
look at ones that are like DIY, right? Online. They're big and they're clunky. It can be done with a Raspberry Pi and stuff
And
like that.
you've got projects like the Pine Phone and the Fairphone, which are user replaceable
Yeah.
internals.
But I've got a Librem phone, which is an open source Linux phone.
Only
You can get the
software.
Pine phone as well, which is open source.
Pine Phone.
They're much nicer to use than building one. Fuck that.
Well, I mean, when I say make a cell phone, I mean total fabrication. The wires, the chips.
Oh, that's
I mean,
ridiculous.
everything.
Now you're just
Okay, how
talking.
much money do I just put up
We're
there?
talking about
Yeah.
If you can make,
Beyond-
if you
back
guys
in
can
the
make a computer chip in your living room, I will come over there. I'll
That's just ridiculous.
slap you on the
Okay,
back.
give a couple of dollars.
I'll
But
buy
you gotta
you a
realize,
bottle
Pete,
of vodka.
our
I'll
entire
slap you on the back.
civilization is built on not understanding how anything works. If we had to suddenly make everything from scratch, we'll be back in the Stone Age tomorrow. You know?
Well, that's what I'm saying. So this is why there will be a major advantage over us, and we're just letting it happen. We're just letting everything go by the damn wayside. And with these corporations and these governments, they want to regulate what we can own. You know, just like, for example, like a laser pen. There's a certain there's laws regulating how powerful your laser pen can be.
Yeah, but that's full
Well, that's
safety.
kind of
Yeah.
fair enough. You can like take an airplane out of the sky with a good laser.
You could, but that would be our ability to fight back against the corrupt system.
Yeah, I mean, look, if you really wanted to do it, you can buy a diode from China and make your own laser. That's
Oh
fucking
yeah,
crazy.
I've watched 1,000 laser videos. I probably could make a laser right now.
But more importantly, like back in the day, you used to be able to get any kind of lab gear and equipment you want, any chemicals, and like, you know, just do your own alchemical experiments at home. And no one said shit. And now everything is so like locked up and regulated. It's like there's very little like homemade innovation these days. Like very little.
You know what really irritates me though? What really irritates me is the fact that freaking nobody even talks about the Anarchist Cookbook anymore.
Well, do you know there's a second Anarchist Cookbook?
Oh, that came out like in the 90s, didn't it?
You don't even know about the Anarchist Cookbook?
I think that book, if you owned it in the UK, digitally or print, and there was an investigation for you on certain crimes, that could be sufficient enough proof of having a suspicion of being connected to terrorism.
Yes.
So they can't enact on it itself, but it could go and get be an excuse for a police officer to get a warrant from a judge.
That's horrible. See, I mean that's really horrible.
Just for owning a copy.
Yeah.
And see,
In the U.S., I mean, yeah, the feds could harass you. They can watch you. They try to watch you, put surveillance on you, and try to scare the crap out of you. It's not illegal to own. God knows how many times I've downloaded it, but when I was a kid,
I only ever downloaded it because it was illegal.
yeah, no, that was the only appeal. And I read it. It was like it wasn't that.